Okay. I'm ready. The new car smell.
Definitely.
What is that smell?
I think that's my favorite part.
Is that the glue they use?
The interior and everything that they use for the vehicles. Alrighty, seatbelts are on.
Ooh, I like this car. What is this?
This is the SR5 Premium package, the 4Runner.
Okay.
Which means it's going to come with your leather interior, heated seats for the passenger and driver, 8-way for the driver's seat as far as movable, 6-way for the passenger seat. It's going to come with the soft text leather, which means it's actually a synthetic leather. It actually lasts a little bit longer than regular leather, and you can actually feel it. The texture of it is definitely different from typical leather.
Oh, it's soft.
It's a lot softer.
Huh.
Alrighty. Hope we don't run out of gas. Okay. This one's going to have your built-in backup camera. Most Toyotas do. This one actually comes with navigation as well. If we go over to the... Well, once we get out of here... Actually, hold on a second. Once we go out, you can go in, has your navigation. You can put in preset destinations. I mean, you can even put in your home address, and let's say you're driving around, you're out and about, and you're trying to get home. All you got to do is just basically, you can hit the speak to talk, tell them I want to go home, and it'll actually bring up the actual address for home, and just follow it there.
Okay.
You go back. Of course, you can connect your phone. It'll give you weather updates, traffic updates. It'll even go into where you can set it up to where it'll schedule maintenance. So let's say you want to go ahead and do your oil change. You put today's date, 5,000 miles, whichever comes first as far as what's left. Plug it in. It'll actually, when the time's getting close for you to actually get the oil change, it'll actually let you know.
Huh.
So it comes in handy.
That's clever.
Same thing with your oil filter, give you time for your tire rotations.
Do they have this screen on other Toyotas?
They do. Just depending on what packaging it comes with.
Okay.
If it's going to have like the tech package, premium package, so forth, a majority of them will come with it.
Okay.
Go ahead and head back out that way. Like I said, you can actually have your phone hooked up, Bluetooth, especially in some areas, depending on what cities you're in, they're required to have the Bluetooth with the wireless.
Okay.
Let's see a little one there. Okay. Alrighty. Go back to home here. You can even have it to where it's set up to where the screen's gonna have half audio and half navigation, just in case you want to still know where you're going and you want to see what you're listening to as well. Alrighty.
So the 4Runner is like not the biggest SUV.
No, it's gonna be.
Has.
It's gonna be right under the Sequoia.
Okay.
You're gonna have your Sequoia, your 4Runners next. Then you have your Highlander, and then right underneath that is your RAV.
Okay. In size, right?
Correct.
So what is this model compared to like what Chevy model? What do you think?
I would have to either go. Let's see here.
Like who is its competitors?
Let's see. You have the Acadia, the Tahoe. Those are going to be a little bit larger, so they're going to fall into that range. Depending on, of course, what trim level you have, will determine where you want to compare to.
Okay.
So those are just a few of the ones that you can compare those to. Of course, depending on which one you go with, this one's more made for off-roading, but it does have the comfort because this one does have the premium package because of the leather seats and everything in it.
Okay.
So it does give you that option.
Okay.
There's different trim levels on the 4Runner. Of course, you're going to have your SR, your SR5, the SR5 Premium, which we are in. You're going to have your Trail Premium, and then of course your Limited, and then the TRD Pro. So there's different levels depending on where you want to start.
Okay.
Your SR is going to be your base model, and then of course the SR5. One step above that, and then you have your SR5 Premium, which we're in right now. Okay. Which kind of gives you, the option of having the heated seats, the leather interior,
some luxury.
Exactly. Without having to sacrifice too much in price.
Gotcha.
This one, of course, is going to come with your moonroof as well, which is nice. Some people like it, some people don't. It just depends.
What's the difference between a moonroof and a sunroof?
Moonroof is going to open a little bit wider.
Okay.
Sunroof, not so much.
Okay.
One cool thing and feature about this vehicle, especially the 4Runners, a lot of the Toyotas have, especially like the Tundra and the 4Runners. You've ever been in a limo and that window comes up and down, the privacy window?
Right.
This one actually has it on the very back. So let's say you get out and you don't want necessarily have to open the tailgate. You can actually have that window go all the way down, so you can reach in there and grab anything that's in the inside.
Nice.
So it actually makes a difference. Or if you have pets and they're in the back, you can roll that down a little bit, so that way if they want to stick their head out, they have some air. Yeah.
Okay, so it's a pet-friendly car.
Oh yes, definitely. That's another thing actually, and I'll show you that a little bit later. One cool thing that I actually really like about this vehicle is if you do have kids, the seats, the way they're actually designed is you can actually pull that up, and if say if something were to fall in between the seats, you can just pull the seat up and actually reach in and get it. It makes it a lot easier, especially if you've got kids and they're, kids eating in the car, so they have a tendency to
toys
drop
get
stuff.
Lost.
Exactly. So you have the option to go back there and pull that seat up, and what it'll do is
vacuum out the Cheerios.
Vacuum up, exactly. Let's back out really quick.
Okay, so most people who are interested in the 4Runner, what features about this 4Runner are they looking for?
Again, everyone's a little bit different. You do get people that enjoy going off-road. You do get people, there we go. You do get people that want the comfort, so that's the reason why they have different trim levels.
It is a super comfy car.
It is. It really, really is. A lot of people are actually surprised about the drive on these. Of course, these come with the option of going into 4-wheel drive, 4-wheel low, 4-wheel high. So the capability is there.
Okay.
And of course, to save a little bit of gas, you go into 2-wheel drive, so that way you have that option as well. This one's actually equipped with the eco mode. Once you hit above a certain speed, what it's going to do is it's going to kick in, and basically what that's going to do is going to help you assist, try to save a little bit of gas, so to speak.
Which is helpful. Speaking of gas, how many miles to the gallon does this bad boy get?
Oh God, unfortunately not the greatest, but I mean on average.
It's an SUV.
Yes, so a lot of people need to realize that it is an SUV. Typically, I mean, you're looking at about maybe 18 to 21, just depending. Each person is a little bit different, of course.
Seems to be about average.
Yeah, I mean, it also depends on the driver. I mean, if you're going to have a heavy foot, obviously, you're going to waste a lot more gas.
Sure.
So again, what happens is the vehicles will eventually adjust to you. It'll learn. So if you do have a heavy foot, obviously it's gonna end up using a lot more gas.
Okay. And I see one row of seats back here. Does it come with the option of a third row?
They do.
Okay.
They do, depending on what trim levels you do end up getting.
Okay.
Like if you get into the Limited, of course the Limited's going to offer you the third row. Some SR5s do come with third row as well. Unfortunately, the SR5 Premium and this particular one does not. Toyota has a tendency to throw different features into some of their vehicles together. So sometimes you might get lucky, sometimes you don't. It just depends. Can you order it with that third row? Oh, most definitely.
Okay. And we have 2 4Runners on our lot.
We actually have 4.
We have 4.
We have the SR5 Premium that we're in right now.
Okay.
And then we have 2 more white ones. I believe we still have a silver one. It might have sold though. Okay. But I mean, it just depends. We do have somewhat of a variety of color at the moment.
Okay.
But if it's definitely something that you're interested in as far as color, I mean, getting something different, that's easy.
We can order it?
We can definitely either order it, we can definitely do a locate.
Okay.
So the options are there.
Safety features?
Safety features, okay. So this thing's going to have 8 airbags, obviously.
Okay.
A lot of people are big into that. It's going to have your curtains on the front, airbags for both passenger and driver. This also comes with the crumple zone, which is located up in front in case there's a front end collision. Basically what that does is it kind of acts like an accordion. The engine is mounted on these mounts that are designed to have the engine drop under the vehicle instead of come up through. So the engine will drop, the front end is designed to kind of act like an accordion.
Okay.
So it's gonna absorb a majority of that.
Okay.
The hood itself is actually designed to fold in half. There's 2 hooks on either side. So when the hood does crumple in, it's going to fold in half and it'll stay in front. So it's not going to come through the cabin itself. It's also designed with side impact. It's going to have 2 steel beams that come across. Those are designed, of course, to keep anything from coming into the vehicle. It's also has the A-frame, B-frame, and C-frame. Basically what that means is if you ever seen those vehicles that have the roll cages in it, these vehicles are kind of designed just like that.
Okay.
They're designed to keep the cabin intact so that way nothing comes to harm to the individuals that are inside, or the passengers.
That's nice.
Very much so.
That's nice for mamas who are putting their babies in these cars, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I like this car.
It's very quiet. Very, very comfortable.
It is very quiet. How do they make those? How do they insulate a car to make it?
Of course, you're going to have the insulation that go along the door, which of course is going to keep a majority of that road noise out. They do put in, some insulation into the wheel wells, because that's of course where a lot of the noise is going to come as well.
Okay.
And then of course there's insulation that are along the paneling and everything to keep a lot of that road noise out. Depending on what type of vehicle it is, if once you start getting into the premium levels, the limited does come with the JBLs. A lot of times that'll come with noise cancellation. Basically what that means is as you're driving, the radio itself for the JBLs will actually send out a signal to kind of reduce a lot of the outside noise.
Okay. It's super quiet in here. I mean, minus the air conditioning, which it's February and we have the air conditioning on.
Very surprising, and actually a beautiful day out today.
It's a lovely day outside today. Okay, Mike, best feature, best favorite thing about the 4Runner.
My personal favorite is what I mentioned earlier, the fact that if you have children in the vehicle and for some reason or other they drop a toy, you know, you're able to get that back for them because of the option of being able to lift that seat up.
Spoken like a dad.
Exactly. And the other thing is, I mean, being able to clean underneath that. I have this thing with keeping my vehicles clean. Not having to dig for it and try to get underneath there to get a gummy bear out or something like that. I mean, that's huge to me. It really is.
So Toyota knew that this was going to be a family car.
I think so. I think they made it extremely family friendly.
And thought about all of the things that annoy families about the car, like the Cheerios in the seat or the goldfish.
Oh, definitely.
Or the missing toy that'll cause a tantrum to happen in 2 seconds.
Very much so. And then of course the premium actually comes with the leather seats. It makes cleanup a little bit easier as well.
Now, do these have heated seats?
These ones do have passenger and driver heated seats.
Okay.
Yes.
Heated steering wheel?
Unfortunately, this one does not.
That's okay.
But I believe, if I'm not mistaken, once you start getting into like the limited and so forth, those do have the option to have the heated seats. Like as I mentioned earlier, Toyota has a tendency to throw different features in some of their vehicles. Heated seats, cooled seats, and then of course the heated steering wheel.
Okay.
This one does come with the heated mirrors. So, you know, during those cold winter days, if you get into your vehicle, you start it to kind of heat it up, those will defrost for you as well, so that you're not having to worry about chipping away at any snow or ice or anything.
That's a nice feature. Okay. Anything else about this car that we should know?
I mean, just the off-road package itself. Like as I mentioned, it does come with the 4 low, 4 high. It does come with the downhill assist. Basically, what that means is it'll actually assist you in applying brake and so forth when you're coming down a hill.
Okay.
Once it's actually activated. So if you're coming down like from Cloudcroft or something like that, it'll actually help you assist as far as keeping you at a certain speed, so that way you're not having to worry about constantly being on the brakes.
That'll save your brakes.
Very much so.
And these cars come with what kind of warranty and maintenance?
2 years, 36,000 miles, 5 years, 60,000 miles, and then with Desert Sun Toyota itself, we actually offer a lifetime powertrain warranty on these vehicles. And the reason why we do that is to give our customers a peace of mind. If for some reason something were to happen to the engine, transmission, or the axles, it's basically $100 deductible to you, and then we take care of the rest. I mean, how many times have you heard horror stories of people out and about, their transmission goes out, and they end up having to pay thousands of dollars to get it repaired? This way, as long as the vehicle's being brought back to us to do the regular maintenance, tire rotations, oil changes, and so forth, you get that free of charge. And it's to give you a peace of mind, so that way you're not having to worry about that in the back of your head. What if something happens? You're covered.
Right. Because if you're going to buy a car, you want to make sure that it runs for a good long time. Speaking of that, how much does this car start at?
Again, yeah, depending on what trim level you're at, I mean, they can range from anywhere from 36 on up.
Okay.
It just depends. I know this one's roughly around 40, if I'm not mistaken. So they can go up from about 36 on up, depending on which one you start off with. The SR5, of course, is going to be your base model. Or excuse me, SR5, the SR5 Premium, which we're in now. And then, of course, they go up to the Limited, the TRD Pro, and so forth.
Okay. How many of these you sold?
4 runners, I have sold. Let's see, I think I've sold 2.
Okay.
2 of these.
What was their favorite feature?
It must have been the fact that that back window came all the way down. It just gave them the option to have. Actually, they were pet owners, so it gave them the option to have their dogs in the back without having to worry about getting in the fair right there. They enjoyed that back window coming all the way down. That was a big feature for them.
Nice.
The other one was the actual comfort of the vehicle, the ride. They enjoyed it so much. They were very, very surprised in the way it handled.
Okay, so if somebody wants to come buy one of these, who should they come see?
You can just stop by the Desert Sun Toyota dealership and ask for Mike Ambrosi. I'll be more than happy to help you.